The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings. The most loved. Captain Ibrahim Traore. Attack has woken up a lot of things. We have seen that Yellow Purple has always devised one means. Each time they want to target anybody in Africa, they use our brothers in America, the black Americans, to do their dirty bid in Africa. We saw what they did to Muammar Gaddafi. When Barack Obama was made the president, they have to use him to do away with Muammar Gaddafi. And now they are using Michael Langley to also do away with Captain Ibrahim Traore. These people have devised a means of always making sure Africa never rises. Because when they bring our own kind and they speak to us, we'll listen to them more and understand and pay attention. We don't see anything wrong because we believe that a black person will never mislead the other. So these are black brothers don't also understand that even though they are doing their way, but they don't have to also allow themselves to be used against their brothers. Minister Louis Kahn has also voiced out, giving us accounts of what these people have been doing to the black race, what these people have always planned, and how we have always been the ones who always destroy our own kind for these people.
A year and a half ago, and shaking hands with Secretary of State Clinton, which should show the world that shaking hands with your enemy and receiving a pat on the back from your enemy should never lull you to sleep that the enemy has changed. The enemy is the enemy. And when you fall asleep on that knowledge, that is when the enemy will take us out. The betrayals of his inner circle. Don't think that that is overseas. That is in our own house. And we today need to watch for those close around for signs of betrayal. Who will feel that they will be safer betraying a good cause, a just cause, to save their lives. Gaddafi died in honor, fighting for the Libya that he believed in. They would never have won if NATO was not bombing day in and day out. Brother Ali Baghdadi, that is a writer and a great Arab writer, said they bombed Libya back to the Stone Age. You went for humanitarian purposes, yet 50,000 Libyans lie dead because the West wanted access to the wealth of Libya. Now let me tell you what this man did. Did he kill people? Well, hell, did our president kill people? Talk back to me. Yes. You have made your president an assassin. That the only value that he has now is that he was responsible for the death of Osama bin Laden. He was captured without a weapon. He should have been brought to America, put on trial for the American people to see this man. But he was executed, so you will never know the real truth. Then Alaki, an American citizen who was against America's policies, a drone took him out and then came back later and killed his son. Now Muammar Gaddafi and his sons lie dead. Saddam Hussein and his sons lie dead. Well, what about your sons? They're dying in Iraq on the basis of a lie. They're dying in Afghanistan on the basis of a lie. And now drones are in Pakistan, drones in Somalia, drones in Yemen. When will it stop? America, do you think that you can get away with this? Now look at what this man did. After nationalizing the oil, he used the oil revenue to benefit the Libyan people, building schools, infrastructure, universities, hospitals. He raised the literacy rate from 20% when he became the leader, and at the time of his assassination, it is 83%. Libya has one of the finest healthcare systems in the third world. All people have access to doctors, hospitals, clinics, and medicines free of charge. If a Libyan needs surgery that is unavailable in Libya, funding is provided for the surgery to be carried out overseas. He raised the life expectancy of the Libyan people from 44 years, and now at the time of his assassination, 75 years of age. Basic food items were subsidized and electricity was made available throughout the country. Brother Muammar Gaddafi has set up huge irrigation projects which were established in order to support a drive toward agricultural development and food self-sufficiency. He spent $33 billion on the man-made river, where his engineers brought water up out of the desert, and now pipelines ran from Benghazi and Tobruk almost to the door of Tunisia. Any Libyan who wanted to become a farmer was and still is given free use of land, a house, farm equipment, livestock, and seed. Brother Muammar Gaddafi vowed that his own parents, who lived in a tent in the desert, would not be housed until every Libyan was housed. He fulfilled that promise. Under the revolutionary leadership of Muammar Gaddafi, Libya has now attained the highest standard of living in Africa. Money from Libya's oil revenue is directly deposited into the bank account of every Libyan. Women have full access to education, employment, and he has enabled women to serve in the armed forces. Now, Brother Gaddafi took oil money and started moving the Organization of African Unity toward the African Union with a goal toward uniting 53, now 54 nations in Africa to the United States of Africa. Whenever we called Africa, our call had to go through Europe. And over $500 million went to Europe. But Gaddafi put up 400 million, and the rest of Africa put up 100 million and put up an African satellite. Now you can call directly to Africa from anywhere in the world without going through Europe. He asked the African nations to stop sending their raw materials to Europe to be made into products and then sent back to Africa to be paid for in an exorbitant price range. He wanted the Africans to take their raw materials and make them into products and then sell their products on the world market. This is the man that was assassinated.
Africa needs to learn from China, from Korea, from Iran, and from Russia, who first had these beautiful revolutions that commanded the respect. Then they developed their militaries, they developed nuclear bombs, they developed all these sorts of things, and then they built their economies. Even in the case of Niger, Victoria Nuland was too afraid to tell Nigeria to invade Niger because she understood the military power of these Sahel states with the backing of Russia. They wanted to do an ECOWAS invasion, and with the intervention of Russia and China and the military backing in the Sahel states, they understood in the United States that this was a no-go, that they couldn't do it.
These people only give our brothers, the blacks, a high rank position when they have an agenda in Africa for them to come and carry out. These people have forgotten that Africa will one day rise. Africa will not continue to be where it is. We will not allow these people to come into the continent and always do what they used to do and go scot-free. The crimes of our leaders that they've taken out, like you mentioned, Muammar Gaddafi, is by trying to unite Africans, by giving everything that the Libyans lacked, teaching the African leaders how to stop exporting the mineral resources and turn them into finished goods, equipping the African and making the African self-sufficient. And that is the same crime Captain Ibrahim Traore, General Assimi Goïta, and General Abdurrahmane Tchiani have committed against these people. They always see an African leader who rises to take control over the natural resources as a threat. When it happens that way, Europe and America will all team up together to do away with such a leader, and they'll make sure they reframe the narrative. It's not like today that you and I have access to information that we can tell that these people are lying. If it were to be the time of Muammar Gaddafi, we would have listened to what Michael Langley have accused Captain Ibrahim Traore, saying he's using the mineral resources, the gold, to protect himself. Is the gold not for the people in Burkina Faso? Even though we are carrying our duties as black people, we don't have to keep allowing these people to use us against the progress of Africa. When Africa is free, we are all free. We are in the continent and these people are fighting us. We are also with them and they are fighting you. We cannot continue to allow our children and the next generations that will come to go through this thing that we are going through. We have to fight collectively to live a better Africa. What has Captain Ibrahim Traore done wrong to these people? Rather than making sure that Burkina Faso becomes self-sufficient. And he's also preaching the same message that Muammar Gaddafi preached by telling African leaders to stop going to World Bank for loans, seeking assistance from these people. We should take control over the mineral resources, use them, add value to them, and stop exporting them in the raw form. Making sure that whatsoever that is keeping us poor, we do away with them. Captain Ibrahim Traore made it clear to us that these people have kept in systems, and it's the systems that are making us poorer. And until we are able to break forth from these systems, we'll never move forward. He preaches against the democracy that they have used to cripple Africa for decades, and these people are not happy about it. Our own kind are always used against Africa. Anytime we see these people trying to do something in Africa, they use the black person. So we have always been against our own progress as black people. But until when? Must we always choose the job that they've given to us because of our stomach over the total liberation of ourselves? It is only the African that can save himself. Nobody will come and save us. We are hoping that now that our eyes are open and we can see the lies of these people, we will not allow ourselves to be given positions to destroy our own kind. Africa liberation will save all of us as black people. These people are making sure Africa will never industrialize. Because when we industrialize, they are going to fall. And they are doing everything possible in their power to make sure it doesn't happen. And we are also making sure that everything in our power will do to set ourselves free. Our leaders are always accused of doing nothing, and they come after these people. They come in the name of trying to save us. And at the end of the day, like we are seeing happening in Libya, ever since Gaddafi died, Libyans have never known peace. Any nation these people enter in the name of helping them, at the end of the day, we see the chaos that they cause. So we have to unite and know that we are one people as Africans. And there is nobody that will come and set us free. These people don't regard us. They only smile at us when they want us to do their bid for them. And until when will we continue to allow ourselves to be used against our own kind?